Are the Clintons officially joking, or could a Hillary Clinton presidency really yield proof that we are not alone? This campaign cycle, the candidate has made several comments about declassifying files on proof of alien life, if there are any. The extraterrestrial hypothesis has also long been a passion project of former White House Chief of Staff and current Clinton campaign chairman John Podesta.
I think it's time to open the books on questions that have remained in the dark, on the question of government investigations of UFOs. It's time to find out what the truth really is that's out there.
And joining me now is world-renowned theoretical physicist Dr. Michio Kaku. This is our normal theoretical physics block in this show, so thanks for joining us today for this. But okay, so this idea that there's UFO files, there are secrets that have been kept from the public. Do you think there's something that the government has that would shed serious light on this topic that people don't know right now?
Well, this is potentially a game changer because Hillary Clinton is playing the UFO card. And this is going to put pressure on all the extraterrestrials up there to register and vote. And it's going to put pressure on Donald Trump to play his version of the UFO card.
I mean, do you think there's anything, though, or is this just a lot of science fiction? Do you think the government is hiding anything?
I think the government is hiding something, but not necessarily a question of national security. Now, going all the way back to President Nixon, presidents have been fascinated by the question of UFOs, but they've never declassified the files. President Jimmy Carter actually saw a UFO trailing him in the car. He asked the military to identify what that flying saucer was, and it turned out they said it's the planet Venus. But it's been a subject of presidential debate for generations. But
why do you think they haven't declassified? If they've been interested, why do you think they haven't declassified it? Because that's why people say they're hiding something.
Right. People use the guise of national security. Area 51, for example. Even though the military tried to deny its existence, you can see it by satellite on Google Maps. Children can see Area 51 on their computers. Now, Area 51, we think, is where the stealth bomber was tested. And that's why we have all these sightings of weird-looking aircraft, because it's a stealth bomber, which looks kind of strange. And that's why the military wanted to keep it secret. But I think it's outlived its purpose now. We have these mountains of classified documents about sightings of UFOs, but mainly perhaps triggered by stealth bombers. And there's no national security involved anymore.
You're a theoretical physicist. The big question of, do you think there's intelligent life elsewhere out there? Do you think there is? And if there is, do you think it's visited us before?
Well, the big question is there intelligent life on the Earth? And I think not, by looking at the presidential debates. However, we have to look at the fact that just this week, NASA released the fact that 1,200 planets were discovered by the Kepler satellite just this past week. And so we now know that perhaps there are 1 billion Earth-like planets in our backyard, the Milky Way galaxy. Go out tonight and have an existential shock, looking at the night sky, realizing that there are probably 1 billion planets that are Earth-like.
I think I only had to memorize 8 of them in school. I think I got off easy.
Right. And to think that we're the only game in town, I think, is kind of presumptuous.
But that question, though, the idea that there is intelligent life and it's been here, do you think we've been visited by extraterrestrial intelligent life?
First of all, I think they're out there, okay? But second of all, have they visited us before, okay? In other words, why don't they land on the White House lawn?
Right.
And announce their existence? Well, I like to look at it this way. If you're walking down a country road and you see an anthill, do you go down to the ants and say, I bring you trinkets, I bring you beads, I give you nuclear energy?
Yeah, that's who we are. We're ants, and there's something far beyond us, huh?
If they can go across thousands of light years to visit the Earth, they're thousands of years ahead of us. And so we would perhaps have nothing to offer them. And so perhaps they're out there, and they're curious about us, but they don't want to talk to us because we don't want to talk to the deer and squirrel in the forest.
Very interesting. Michio Kaku, theoretical physicist. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it.
My pleasure.
All right, now up next.